Welcome to the Sandro channel. Make sure that you subscribe.
Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today I got to give a quick shout out to one of my subscribers, Anthony Garcia. Thank you so much as always for providing me with this awesome news topic. I really appreciate that, man, and I want to thank all my other subscribers in my live stream last week who are like, Sandro, you got to do a video and talk about this because it's some pretty exciting news. We got confirmation of 3 pretty big movies, I got to say, coming up from Disney in the coming years. We're going to be getting Toy Story 5. We're going to be getting Frozen 3. We already talked about that. I'm going to quickly discuss what we know about Frozen 3 because I did do a previous video on that. And then we're going to be getting Zootopia 2, which is pretty awesome too because I think the first Zootopia was pretty solid. And they are all officially now in the works. Now, you guys might remember a few, maybe it was a year ago actually. No, it was June of 2022. I actually did this video where Frozen 3 just got teased, but what will the plot be? Where I talk about, like, what was it? Kristen Bell was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and she basically said, like, yeah, we're sort of working on Frozen 3, but I can't confirm it legally, So we now have the confirmation that, yeah, Frozen 3 is happening. And of course, Frozen 3 is happening. This, I think, didn't both movies break $1 billion at the box office? So, like, it just makes sense, right? It just makes sense. I personally thought Frozen 2 was a very bad movie. I actually, I gave it like a 5 out of 10 or maybe a 4 out of 10. I didn't really enjoy it compared to the first one. I thought the first one had way better songs, a way better plot. Just found the first movie more enjoyable, whereas the second Frozen was kind of boring. It was kind of weird and boring. I thought it was going to be a bit of a more epic adventure, but no, it was kind of a middling tale there about their parents. And a lot of people had speculation that, like, Anna was going to get fire powers, where it's like, Elsa has, like, the ice powers. But no, none of that happened, right? There was, like, I remember, like, when the trailer, they first showed the trailer, and there was leaves blowing around in the first trailer, Frozen 2. People thought that there was going to be, like, kind of Avatar The Last Airbender, where there's other princesses that have, like, powers, like, one of them maybe had the power of wind, one had, maybe, Anna would get fire, and then some other person, like, would get, like, I don't know, earth or whatever, whereas, like, Elsa already had ice. So yeah, no, we didn't really get that too much. Like, in the second one, they do talk about how there are elements, but, like, we didn't really get, like, any other, like, magical princesses or any crazy shit like that. So a lot of people were left pretty disappointed by Frozen 2 compared to Frozen 3. I did talk about the plot in this video. If you guys wanted to go watch that one, it's on my channel. But let's talk about some of the other things here. So the big one, I think Toy Story 5 would be pretty huge, right? Zootopia 2 is pretty big too. But, everybody in the world probably knows Toy Story because Toy Story was one of the, the original, like, animated, 3D animated movies that came out. Like, it was, like, the first big one from Pixar. And it's very iconic, right? Toy Story is just very iconic. But did we need a Toy Story 5? That's the big question here. The answer is no, right? The answer is no. Many people say that, including myself, I think Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending. Like, what a great way to end the franchise. All the toys were together. They had their moment where they thought they were going to die, and then they end up getting out of there. They get a new owner, right? We get the passing of the torch. Andy's all grown up now. He gives it off to Molly. And, I thought it was a great, like, just conclusion to the Toy Story franchise. Then they're like, nah, you know what? Actually, there's more stories to tell, which I just, I'm very iffy about this. Like, in Toy Story 5 itself, like, where are we going to go? Because Toy Story 4, if you remember, Woody decided to stay with Bo Peep, right? So, like, is Woody gone now forever? Like, I just don't understand. So yeah, we're doing a Toy Story 5. We're not even sure, like, are we going to start the story off with Woody and Bo Peep in the park? Or is this going to be, is Woody gone? Is he just written off the movie, the franchise? Is he just gone from the franchise? Are we going to be going forward with Buzz Lightyear and Jessie as the next big protagonists of the franchise? I don't know. As for what the story could be, good God, I have no clue. A lot of you guys were joking around. You remember Wheeze the penguin? What was his name? Wheezy the penguin, right? Let me show you guys that character just in case you forgot what he looks like. Wheezy, right? That Wheezy Toy Story. Wheezy kind of they always mention how, like, Woody would never leave Wheezy behind, but then I think they mentioned he got sold in a garage sale. So what the fuck ever happened to Wheezy? We need to have a movie about Wheeze. I know his voice actor passed away, and I think they kind of just retired the character. But like, I kind of wanted to see more Wheezy, so maybe they'll get recast him, and we could get a weird reunion story with Wheezy. That'd be pretty cool. Outside of that, like, I just don't know where else we could go with Toy Story 5. Like, Toy Story 4 already, even that was kind of like a secondary ending. We already had an ending with Toy Story 3. Toy Story 4 show us more like splinters. Like, we got another splintering separation there. Where it's like another conclusion. They're saying, in Toy Story 3, they said goodbye to Andy. Toy Story 4, now they're saying goodbye to Woody. So in Toy Story 5, are they just going to be saying goodbye to Buzz and Jesse and Bullseye? I don't know. Another idea I propose here is, what if we just completely get rid of all the toys and we just like it's called Toy Story, right? It's not called Andy Story. It's not called Buzz or Woody Story. It's called Toy Story. We could just go to like a different country. We could go to like Canada. We could go to Mexico, or I don't even know where else, like the United Kingdom. We could just pick up with a new set of toys, like anywhere in the world, and just tell a different story. And they could just keep making more Toy Stories, on different toys from around the world. That would be pretty interesting, but I don't know if they would ever go for it, because Buzz Lightyear and Woody have like huge brand awareness. I don't know if they would ever actually like do something crazy like that. But it is called Toy Story. They could just go with a brand new set of toys. And I was actually talking about Foster's Home not too long ago. Do you guys remember that show from Cartoon Network, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends? Where they had a whole group of like imaginary friends. They're actually rebooting Foster's Home, and they're making it into a preschool show. And they're going to be getting rid of all the original Foster's Home characters, except for maybe Madame Foster and Frankie. Those characters might say, and then Mr. Harrington, which was, Madame Foster's imaginary friend. Those three characters might stick around, but like, it's crazy how Foster's Home is just basically doing a new sort of setting where they're just axing all the old characters. Maybe Toy Story will do something like what Foster's Home is trying to do with a new set of cast. I don't know. Frozen 3, I just talked about it already. I wasn't impressed by Frozen 2. Maybe for Frozen 3, maybe we're going to see Elsa getting married this time, because, the previous movie was Anna getting married. I just don't know. I'm not sure where we could take it. Maybe Anna's going to have children. Maybe, Elsa's going to be like, oh, I'm getting older now, and, everyone around me is getting married. Maybe she gets, maybe the whole thing is a marriage plot where, for Elsa, because that kind of was like that was the first movie, right? Was it Elsa or Anna that was getting married to the guy Hans? It was Anna, right? I think it was Anna that was supposed to get married to him. So yeah, we had that whole plot in the first one. So yeah, maybe that's where they'll go with the movie. Other than that, like maybe it's an invasion story. We kind of had that in the second one too, where it was a little bit of an invasion story there. But I don't know, what else could they do? I have no clue where they could take Frozen 3, and then Zootopia 2. It'll probably just be Judy with a new plot, right? Like, she's on the police force. She's probably just gonna be finding a new criminal to take down. So that's the most predictable one of them all. It'll just be a new animal instead of the sheep from the first movie. Maybe we'll get like a gorilla villain. Maybe we'll get some kind of bird villain. Yeah, just a flock of birds that are evil. Who knows what we could get for which animal could be the main villain of Zootopia 2. But, I think out of the three of these, I'm most interested just because I'm so curious on where they could go in the future. With Toy Story 5 seems the most interesting to me. I think Zootopia 2, I think Zootopia 2 is more exciting than Frozen 3, just because Frozen 2 is just such a weird movie. It just wasn't as well structured as the first one. I didn't really enjoy it. And so that's my sort of anticipation levels. Toy Story 5 sounds the most exciting, then Zootopia 2, then Frozen 3. Let's read a little bit from this article here on IGN. Disney CEO Bob Iger announced news during today's Q1 earning call, though he didn't offer any additional details, adding that they'll have more to share about those productions soon. He called the franchise investment an example of how they are leaning into their unrivaled brands, Okay, so the minute he says unrivaled brands, I was talking about how Toy Story might go with a new set of characters. Yeah, now that I read that, maybe I should have read the article beforehand. But yeah, they're never gonna axe Buzz and Woody. Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking this movie is gonna have Buzz as the leader, though, right? Because Bo Peep. Do you guys think they're gonna bother Woody and Bo Peep at the park again? Like, how would they contact Woody? Because he was so far away from where like Molly lives, right? I'm just confused. Yeah, I don't know how that would all happen there, but it's kind of interesting on how they could do, like, how could they bring Woody back? That's the weirdest thing, right? Unless of course the movie starts with Woody and then he's like, okay, we have to go round up our old friends to stop whatever evil shit's going down, right? I'm not sure how they could do it. It's going to be really weird, but yeah, I'm very curious. So it seems to me that they're not going to be axing Buzz and Woody. Or if they do, Woody will be gone, but Buzz will carry on the brand. And that's probably how it's going to go down. I'm assuming it's going to be Buzz and Jesse as the leaders of the team from now on. But I do want to hear your guys' thoughts on that. So the move towards banking on franchises isn't a wholly surprising one, especially after original animated movies like last year's Strange World flopped. And the reason that one flopped was, of course, because they added in all of the bullshit, the woke bullshit. We got what was it? The first openly whatever Disney's 20 billionth like first openly gay character. We had a crippled dog in there. It was a very interracial family. A lot of people just didn't connect with the story they were trying to tell. And I personally thought it was so woke looking just from the trailers. I'm like, screw this shit, I'm out of here. And I have not watched that movie Strange World to this day. It was a huge box office flop. I think it lost over $100 million. And I love how they just casually say, "Oh yeah, it struggled. It struggled at the box office." And all three, and don't forget Lightyear, which was kind of like Toy Story. It was kind of a weird spinoff of Toy Story. That movie also had a weird like interracial lesbian couple there that had somehow they had grandchildren. Like I don't understand what the hell happened there. How did they get grandchildren? Maybe they were just both bisexual secretly. I don't know, whatever the situation, but just more garbage from Disney, always trying to interject their agenda and bullshit into kids movies. And so hopefully they get back on track with, something like Toy Story 5 and Frozen 3 and Zootopia 2. I hope they get back on track. I want to see more of the old Disney as opposed to the new woke trash Disney offerings. So Strange World struggled at the box office, and all of the what is this? And all three series mentioned, Iger mentioned, crossed 1 billion at the global box office at their most recent outings, except for Lightyear, right? Yeah, Lightyear that was technically a spin-off. It wasn't exactly Toy Story, but all of those franchises are huge billion-dollar plus franchises, right? Frozen has continued to be one of Disney Animation's most lucrative successes. Yep, even to this day. I go to my local Walmart and I still see Frozen merch like all year round. It's crazy. The Frozen hype never really died down in the merch department. So for Frozen 2 earning a massive 1.4 billion, I think it should never have made 1.4 billion. I think it was a huge letdown of a movie, just very, very sloppily made. Like they were just cashing in, they phoned it in for Frozen 2. Zootopia, meanwhile, now I did enjoy Zootopia. That was some quality stuff there. Pulled in 1.02 billion and spawned a Disney Plus series. Yep, that was Zootopia Plus, which was also a great little franchise there. I actually watched every episode, and I think it was pretty good, especially the part with, is it a possum or a mouse or something? They show the sort of mobster. I think it's a possum, right? The mobster possum. They give us his backstory, and I thought it was really good. Yeah, Zootopia Plus, pretty solid. Especially that part with the mobster's backstory. I kind of wish they went into his backstory a little bit more in Zootopia 2 as opposed to Zootopia Plus, which is like kind of a side series most people are gonna not watch, but oh well, maybe he'll make an appearance in Zootopia 2. Who knows? Who knows what the villain of Zootopia 2? Maybe it will be a mobster boss, a rival mobster boss. Either way, very interesting. But yeah, so Zootopia Plus was pretty cool. With rumors of a feature sequel having swirled for years. So yeah, Zootopia 2 is a lot of people have called it since the first movie came out. And those people were right. I think I even myself mentioned a few times, yeah, Zootopia 2 is probably going to be happening. Toy Story remains synonymous with Pixar, and Toy Story 4 having grossed $1.7 billion. Last year's Toy Story spinoff Lightyear, however, was less successful, earning a lackluster. Well, that's a flop, you know. I love how they keep using the word lackluster. Like, these were woke, like dumpster fires. Like, what the fuck is this? A Toy Story is out here making $1 billion. They can't even make 1/5 of this shit off of their garbage spinoff. And it received mixed review. Oh, you don't say it received. So IGN, just a very milquetoast company. They're not even going into any of the woke bullshit that's been going on with Disney. It's very sad to see from IGN. And the news was a brief bright spot on an otherwise fairly downbeat earning call, as Iger also announced Disney would be cutting 7,000 jobs and address Disney Plus's first ever quarterly subscriber loss. So Disney is now losing subscribers. They plan to be I think they had a strategy where they plan to be profitable by 2024, right? They're like, yeah, guys, Disney Plus is going to be profitable by 2024. And now they've had a subscriber loss. So that's clearly not going to happen by 2024. They also revealed that an Avatar attraction would be coming to Disneyland. Avatar did very, very well at the box. It's still in the box office right now, I think, right? Yeah. That movie, I think it broke even. I think they said it had to do like $2 billion to break even, and it looks like it's profitable. So there you go. I think they're gonna milk Avatar into the ground. Like Avatar 2, it's been a long time since the first one. I think a lot of people just wanted to see the world again, but now we've seen it, right? I think they're gonna, just like how they milk Star Wars, I think they're gonna milk Avatar into the ground. Let's just quickly check Disney stock, because they're not doing so hot, right? They've been on, oh, actually, maybe they're on a rise now. Who knows? Yeah, they actually had a little bit of a rise. 6 months ago, they were at $124. They've recently been on just like a very sour patch here. And they've actually, here in February now, they seem to have been having a brief resurgence where it even, on February 2nd, it actually went up to 113, which was pretty solid. But overall, for the last 6 months, they're still down, right? Like if you invested 6 months ago, you lost money, which is never great. Let's see the year today. Well, apparently if you invested a year ago, you actually did. It's still up. So you actually would have made money. But if you invested 6 months ago, you did not do very well. And if you invested 5 days ago, you also lost money. So yeah, Disney has been very troubled recently. As Disney doubles down on streaming strategy, Iger hints Hulu might be on the block. Yes, like I just did a previous video where I talked about King of the Hill coming back, and it's unclear if Hulu might get sold off. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. So yeah, Disney reveals $3.6 billion on hotel revenue in Paris. Oh. But yeah, Disney stock has been drop. Disney stock has been going down, from what we've seen in the last 6 months. And it could be because of we're in a bit of a recession right now. It could be people aren't going to, Disneyland or whatever. But I think it's very telling what's been going on in their movie sector, right? They've been failing in the movies. They've been getting beaten out by people like Illumination and even DreamWorks. With the quality of their movies, they're not making. They used to be, the biggest box office, and now it's like in animation they're getting killed out there by Puss in Boots, right? Puss in Boots, Minions, The Rise of Gru. These movies are just curb stomping Disney's modern day offerings. And it'll be interesting to see if in the next year or two, with some of these big hitters like Toy Story 5, Frozen 3, and what was the other one? Zootopia 2. It'll be interesting to see if Disney can actually reclaim the animation title from some of these, more not as well-known companies like Illumination or Dream. Well, I guess they're all well-known, but, they're not as big as Disney is, right? So I'm going to be very interested. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on the animation space. I want to hear from you guys, though. Are you guys, going back to the article here, are you guys hyped for these 3 movies, right? Are you guys hyped for Toy Story 5? Are you hyped for Frozen 3? Are you hyped for Zootopia? Give me your order. Or which one are you most hyped for? Which one, personally, Toy Story 5, I just want to see how the hell they're even going to make that movie work now that, like, Andy and Woody are out of the picture. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Which one do you rank these as your most hype? And that's going to be the end of the video. Please comment down below. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro? Thank you guys so much. Peace out and bye-bye.